What's it like being a taco? I have no idea. To be honest, the reason I wanted to do the show is because so many of the people who work on this show I've worked with. And the prospect of doing something in their midst and fooling them was too good to pass up.
That could be Gene Simmons as a taco.
I'm feeling, to be completely honest, I know most competitors don't give you this answer, relieved.
I said, take it easy, baby. I worked all day and my feet feel just like lead.
This is a lot of work. I don't know if you at home have ever gotten in a taco costume and sang, but let me tell you, it ain't easy.
Bossa Nova, Bossa Nova.
Well, compared to what I normally do as a host on Dancing with the Stars, for example, you know, I come out in a suit and tie and my usual head, and this is everything, the covert nature of it, and getting all masked, and even when I'm not in this, I had to have a visor on and a hoodie, and had to be driven into the lot, you know, without anybody knowing. I had an alias at the gate. I mean, it's, right now, I'm thinking rather than continue to host television shows, I know how to be a member of the CIA. The mask actually made it more difficult, I think, to sing, and the whole costume, only just because of the logistical reasons, not so much singing, but because you have limited vision and movement and all of that. I didn't know where some of my backup dancers were and things of that nature. So it's difficult in that regard.
Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars.
In the Sinatra song, I tried to think of the phrasing that Sinatra was famous for. In the Elvis song, I just basically, that was like a runaway freight train. But really, I was just channeling the better spirits of singers long gone, I guess.
She said, hey, Bossa Nova, baby, keep on working, 'cause we ain't got time to drink.
No, singing has not been on my list of things that I wanted to do professionally. I think that's part of the reason this was so much fun. Stack of VHS tapes obviously referred to the early days of America's Funniest Videos. When I first started hosting in 2001, we were still getting VHS tapes. The anchor aspect, I've hosted talk shows and was a guest anchor on Good Morning America for a while, and also what was then called The Early Show on CBS. So I think that's where that came from.
M.E. Maybe they have an Emmy.
Well, the M.E.'s unfortunate enough to have won 2 M.E.'s, so that's where that came from. The judges' guesses, especially Robin the first week when he got as far as Bob Saget.
Maybe Bob Saget?
But Bob's, you know, about 4 or 5 inches taller than me, so he discounted that, but I thought, oh, he's getting close. The others, some of the other guesses were just so flattering.
I was really getting like Harry Connick Jr. vibes.
Barry Manilow? Also could be Jesus, because his voice was that good.
Seriously, I could have left then and been happy.
I love you.
We all wear masks. We're all more complicated than we look at first glance. Give people the benefit of the doubt. Be a little nicer. I think it behooves us all to do that.